Welcome into the Cam and Strick podcast, episode number 72. Happy Labor Day to you, Cam.
Yeah, man. Labor Day, damn right.
What do you do for Labor Day?
No, I'll say something real quick. Usually Labor Day when you're playing, I hated the holiday. Memorial Day is the best because you're off. You see the light at the end of the tunnel. You didn't make the playoffs or you got knocked out first round, and that first month when you grind it all year and you got money. And you want to go home, and you want to hang out and fucking spend money. It's just like Memorial Day is the best of the best. Labor Day was always like fucking work time. Everybody's like, let's go down to the lake, Cam. I'm like, no, I got fucking training camp at Lou Lamoriello coming up. I can't go down the lake kind of thing, so I never got into it.
And what do you do at the lake for Memorial Day? Like, what do you do at the lake? What's different at the lake for Memorial Day? Or is it Labor Day? Sorry.
Memorial Day.
I always get those two holidays confused.
No, what I said was Memorial Day's in May, so you're done with hockey and you have the whole summer.
Labor Day's
in September. So
and it's time to get to work, man. You got to flip that switch.
So all your buddies are like, "Can we go down?" And like, no.
Were you nervous heading into training camp?
Oh my fucking God, yeah. Oh my God, yeah, man. That trip, I actually enjoyed the drive.
Would you drive? Yeah.
Yeah, from my house to Jersey. Absolutely. Down Highway 80, man. I'd go through Indianapolis, go around Indianapolis, and go through Ohio and hit through Columbus, and then hit Highway 80 in Pennsylvania, which Pennsylvania is really long. And then I'd stay right where Flight 93 went down. Right there, I think it's Somerset, Pennsylvania. Stay in a cute little place, awesome little chicken wing spot. Kate and I would always come together, and we'd order a bunch of food.
What chicken wing spot?
A chicken wing spot in Somerset, Pennsylvania.
There is one there?
Yes.
And you knew it, and you would stop there every time.
Mm-hmm.
What's it called, like Magic Wing or whatever it's called?
That's
where the NBA players went. Remember, they would escape from the bubble and go to the the chicken wing spot.
Well, when you do the same thing for years and years, that trip to Jersey, like you just know where to stop, and that was a good 10-hour session. And then Kate and I would kick our feet up, and I couldn't eat too many chicken wings because I'd get weighed in 2 days. So, fuck yeah, I was nervous, man. And Kate would shave. I'd have to shave everything off my fucking face, and it's like you gotta get prepped up, man.
Scotty Niedermayer, he's on this edition. Like, he doesn't remember that being like a strict rule, by the way.
No, because it wasn't in the early 90s. Because Kenny Dadenko and all those guys still had a beard. And then Lou talked to old boy from the Yankees.
Derek Jeter.
No.
Steinbrenner,
who they're best friends. Good friends, I should say.
Really good friends.
He was great friends with Yogi Berra.
Remember Lou told us he's on the board of directors or whatever for the Yankees?
I know. And the New Jersey Nets.
We didn't really talk about that.
Like
he's on the board for the Yankees.
How is that?
Well, they're all intertwined there in the Jersey, New York area.
When you're that smart and you're in control of stuff like that and you do that good of a job and everybody knows how mathematically smart you are, you associate yourself with people.
Because he was a math major.
I know you're smarter than me in so many different ways. Why do you think I fucking picked you to be my CEO? Why? I mean, come on.
I think I picked you for the record. Kinda.
I mean, it is what it is. You got to surround yourself with people that fucking benefit you,
dude.
Man.
Do you get allergies? Because I have the worst allergies.
We going through this again,
dude. I have the worst allergies.
We just cut out.
I have terrible allergies.
I'm not going to say what you sound like.
I have to tell people.
We had to do
so
a 30.
They don't think I like.
We had to do a 30-minute clip cut out because I said you sounded like you've been doing fucking cocaine all night. And you made me take that out, so I got to say it again.
Well, people might believe you.
Have you been partying?
People might believe you.
What's wrong with you?
Dude,
sound like crackhead.
Every year, man.
Sound like crackhead.
September, like when I go to, like, you know hockey obviously.
No, I don't. What is it? Is that a sport?
Hockey's in the air, and you're going to the rink every day. Every year, as in September, I'm always sick. And it's not sick. It's allergies, dude.
Get away from me.
No, it's not sickness. It's allergies.
Well, you just said
a lot of people are dealing with it
corona.
here in the Midwest. No, people think they have COVID. They think they have COVID. They call the doctors. People. I was reading the story from a couple of doctors who say, hey, the difference is, and all these people are calling up being like, oh, my God, I have COVID. And they're like, no, you have allergies because you don't have a fever. You don't get a fever from allergies, and I don't have a fever.
No. You just sound like shit.
Yeah.
And you're sneezing on people at the gas station. They're probably smacking the fuck out of you.
The gas station?
Or wherever you fucking go. You don't even go to the gas station. I go to gas stations, Jay. He probably goes to fucking. He probably gets his gas filled at like Schnucks or something. Weirdo.
Somebody comes out and fills it for me.
They bring out gas. And
hey, you mind stopping by my house?
I mean, fancy lad shit.
Cake eater.
You're a fucking cake eater, motherfucker.
Cake eater.
You're a fucking cake eater.
You know, I had to Google that, by the way.
You didn't watch Mighty Ducks, motherfucker?
If you looked in my Google history, you'd find cake eater.
Can I say something real
What's
quick?
the meaning of cake eater?
I called Handy a cake eater on Twitter. And before I posted it, I'm like, is that going to be offensive to somebody? And I'm like, I don't give a fuck about Andy because I don't give a fuck. But anybody else I'm like, and I had to think about it. And I even asked like my wife, and she's like, I don't even know what that means, Cam.
Neither did I.
It means you're a fancy lad.
Well, I looked it up. That's what it said.
You ever watch Mighty Ducks?
Yeah.
No, you haven't.
Dude, I'm not one of those that memorizes every movie line.
Oh, my memory's great.
Are you one of those?
No. Yes, in movies. Oh, my God.
Do you?
What do you think I do?
Dude, I can watch a movie 5 times. I couldn't tell you what's going to happen
If somebody
next.
says something, my brain works in the most mysterious ways. Kind of like God, right? Is that what God does? Mysterious ways? Or is that Santa Claus? I don't give a fuck. My brain, though, it does. Like, I don't remember what I did yesterday. Don't. But goddamn movie lines that are funny, they just pop into my head during, like, say a radio show or something, and I just say them. It's the weirdest shit in the world.
Yeah, okay. Well,
It's so weird.
we're down to the Final Four in hockey right now with Vegas and Dallas. This is going to be a great series, man. Everyone was hoping for Vegas and Colorado. Wasn't meant to be. And listen, and both teams, Dallas and Colorado, having goaltending issues with their, I mean, in terms of injury. But, you know, Anton could open. I mean, he just looks like he's a number one who's going to be a UFA, by the way. Benny Bishop isn't even dressing right now. Man. He's unfit to play. But Colorado was down to the third goaltender, so it just wasn't their year. I did feel bad for Nathan McKinnon, man.
I did too.
Because at the end of the day, how much better can he play, and will he ever play in the playoffs?
Or Kyle McCarr or guys like that. Like, they have a good team. And
McCarr's young, and so is McKinnon.
Hey, man, I'm not going to lie to you, dude. They fucking made mistakes, man. Mm-hmm. Like, even the last play where little Kadri? No, Kinkanimi. No, Kiwi. Fuck. Help me. The kid that cried. Oh, my God, I cried watching his interview. What's his name?
Kiwi Ranta?
Kiwi Ranta. He's supposed to be a great cat, by the way. A couple of my Finnish boys I play with tweeted at me. They're like, fucking this cat. You love him, Cam.
Well,
like, oh, my God.
We are not going home.
No, he's like, can I play again? Like, he was crying. And I was like crying with him. Like, fuck, I love you. Like, sorry, I know that's kind of weird, but I don't give a shit. I'm like, Kate and I are like, oh, my God. I love those Finns and the Swedes.
But he looks like a natural goal scorer, the way he's scoring
goals. He popped right out like, what's up?
I know.
So, anyway, that last play, I'm like, kind of fucked up, man. Like, they're fucking 5 guys are looking at thinking Wayne Gretzky's behind the net.
And it's the
he's a fucking defenseman, and he's like, there's an open play seam. Okay, there you go,
right.
Kiwi Ranta. Kiwi Ranta's like, I'll fucking lean into this goddamn thing, top titty. See ya. Like, and Couch is like, oh, that was my guy. Oh, that was my guy. And you see his D part, the D man.
Slam his stick,
he points over to Kiwi Ranta. He goes, get over there. Get your stick in the lane.
Yeah.
And Kadri looked like you on fucking fantasy or some of these limb night skates, like, oh, what do we do? Yeah, you fucked up. Top titty. Hey, sit down.
And then somebody slammed their stick on the ice, man.
That was the D-man. Yeah, I was talking about. Yeah.
And they had an opportunity. I mean, there's no doubt. But they battled back and obviously forced a game
series,
7.
Andy. Who cares? Good series,
but on
baby.
the other side, you know, listen, Thatcher Demko, Vancouver. See, people didn't want to hear it when I said, even when Vancouver beat St. Louis, I didn't think Vancouver was great. They got some young, flashy players.
You're right,
and
though.
St. Louis just didn't have it. They didn't bring it.
They weren't there.
No, and so they could have beat Vancouver. The way the series looked against St. Louis, it was like Vancouver didn't. They were just like, oh, okay.
I'll capitalize on mistakes.
I guess we do have a chance to win.
I'll capitalize on that stupid turnover.
And now they're getting outshot like 48-14. Like, it's not even a contest. They got shut out 3 times in the series against Vegas.
Come on.
And the whole country is saying, and we love Canada. We love all of you.
Can we please emphasize that?
We love all of you.
All y'all.
We might move there.
Seriously.
We might
go
move to Canada.
Motherfucking Banff, baby.
We have no COVID. It's amazing. Everything you do is right.
Everybody laughs at all my jokes.
Yes.
Everybody's just happy, and I could talk to anybody about hockey.
So we love you. But the whole country was celebrating Vancouver. Like, they adopt whatever Canadian team is still playing. The whole country rallies behind.
No, but why wouldn't
I love that.
It's Olympics, dude.
I love that.
Fuck that.
I love that. But at the end of the day, they've got some young, exciting players. But I wouldn't get too carried away. Their goaltender stood on top of his head. But again, so did Markstrom in the first round. He was incredible. Now everyone wants to just say, okay, let Markstrom go. We've got the young kid. How would the young kid have played in a regular Stanley Cup playoff where you have to deal with the morning skate, all the media afterwards, the travel, the anxiety that comes with going back to the
hotel.
Into
St. Louis.
22,000 fans breathing down your neck on the road, screaming at you, dealing with all that. It's a little bit different. I'm not ready to sit here and say that this kid automatically, the organization should just commit to him, move on from Markstrom, based off of what we saw from him in the bubble. He was spectacular. I think he had 98 consecutive saves, something like that. I mean, he was incredible. He was their best player. The only reason it looked like Vancouver even had a chance. Okay? He was it for the Canucks. Don't get me wrong. I love watching him play. But I still need to see more.
You need to see something normal.
Yeah.
Like, what's a
I
normal...
need to see him under normal circumstances.
Like, can we look at normal situations here? Because it goes both ways. You could have a kid that couldn't handle the fucking 20,000 in your face, the travel in your face, the fucking you got to get up. You're not like getting carried to the rink like they are in fucking Edmonton, by the way. Like, you have more responsibility when you're on the road. You have more leeway. No one's looking after you. Here's your pathway to do what you need to do. No. On the road, you're on your fucking own. You might have buddies in town. Like, what distractions are gonna maybe cause something for you? You're not. I need to see you in normal situations. A player that maybe couldn't handle the big time stage could fucking big time it in this bubble, and all of a sudden precede himself. Yeah. I don't know. Is that the right word? I don't know.
So maybe was that over what?
Shut the fuck up.
Was that even a word?
No, he could overdo himself. But then a guy like a superstar could go in this bubble, but he needs that 20,000.
Yes.
He needs that fucking. I might need to fucking be on my own on the road one day.
Maybe you have to face 30 reporters after you.
Maybe I want it. Maybe I want my confidence built. Maybe, and then all of a sudden I'm in a fucking bubble and I'm like, where am I? I got 30 in the bank. What am I doing? Like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, so it goes both ways, man. I need to see normality. Is that a word? Normality.
Yeah, that's a word.
Thank you. I knew that. That's why I said it. I need to see that before I can evaluate.
I heard some of the hospitality staff maybe had gotten in trouble, by the way, in one of the bubbles.
Female?
I don't want to go too far with this, but that's the word on the street, that some of the hospitality staff got in a little bit of trouble.
Good. Let the boys do all that up.
You know, hey, punching the clock. They're off work. As opposed to leaving the bubble.
Check their fucking temperature.
Just jump on the elevator.
I don't want them to get fucked, though, man. Like, we've seen a lot. Like, it's all gone so great. Like, I don't want some kid to go get, bring some fucking chick back, and all of a sudden, like, she affects everybody, which is such a horrible thing. Oh my God. Like, such a poor girl would be like, I didn't even know I had. Oh God, the poor thing. Don't do that. Just again, I don't need to say it again. I said it last time. You just wait. It's almost over. You got another month. You got a lot of shit going on. You don't need to wheel chicks back. And that's me saying it, dude.
Really?
Like, you don't need to do that. It's funny if you do, if nothing happens. But if you fuck this system over, we're all going to hate you,
But they were
listen to me.
Canadian girls, dude, who were working in the bubble.
I don't give a shit. If you fuck this system over, dude.
Oh, dude.
Of all of us, we're all in this, dude. Andy, all of us. We had nothing to talk about for 5 more months. That fucking affects our bottom line, homie. Don't act like it doesn't. I don't like to think that way, but it kind of does. Like, we need, kind of. We got pretty good guests on.
We're bringing on Scott Niedermayer today.
How about a radio show?
Yeah, you just find something else to talk about.
I'm just saying, don't fuck this beautiful thing that we have going on. That's all. Because of some chick.
It's not about us, dude. It's just about.
No, it is.
The league has invested
I'm a selfish dude.
The league has invested a lot of money.
Well, yeah,
and all that stuff, trying to put this thing on, and so.
And fans, I'm saying us, like not just the players, like all of us in one realm.
My whole thing with the bubble is I just like to recognize the difference and the reality that it's just not a normal circumstance, and that's okay. I mean, you had to adjust. Nothing's normal. I love what the NHL has been able to do, but
don't fuck it up.
Don't
fuck it up.
No,
Andy. I'm like I gotta be the reason here, like the voice of reason. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Again.
Well, they haven't.
Well, you just said that some guys are getting in trouble. So what are you fucking talking about?
Guys didn't get in trouble.
No, well,
some people from the hospitality staff got
for what?
A little bit of trouble.
No. For what then?
Who knows?
Oh, you don't know?
Well, no.
Oh, you
we
sure?
don't know exactly.
We don't know exactly
what happened, how it went down.
So time out. You're gonna fucking tell me that people that working in a bubble getting in trouble and it has nothing to do with the guys? Get your fucking ass on.
It may have.
Get your fucking
ass on. It may have.
On.
I wasn't there.
Then don't tease it then.
Well, use your own imagination.
Well, no, I don't do that. You tell me what happened.
Hey, They got off work.
You want to start over again?
As opposed to
you want to start over
as
again?
As opposed to leaving.
Motherfucker.
They just did a quick U-turn.
Fucking Labor Day. We're here for fucking 3 hours.
Hopped on that elevator and just...
I know, Will.
went...
That's what I'm saying.
Went the other way.
Guys, just chill for a little bit. You're all good. I know you're fucking ready to go. You got piss and vinegar. You got testosterone built up. I get it, man. I get it.
But, dude, we knew that would happen.
We knew it happened. Go to Pornhub.
Look at you trying to play the holier than thou. Like, who are you all of a sudden?
I'm a fucking disaster.
Are you kidding me? You act like you would be any different if you were inside there.
Listen to me. I'm a fucking disaster, and I know it. Kate's got me in line, and we get that, okay? I just know how it is, Andy. I've been in that situation. I get it. I'm piss and vinegar. Are you fucking kidding me? Is that not me? I get it. Chill out. Chill. You got a month and a half left. It's worth it. If you fuck this situation over, you're going to be fucking donezo. You fucking bring some chick back and she fucking spreads it, you're donezo. Don't fuck up. Beat your dick off. I didn't want to say that two fucking podcasts in a row. I didn't want. I'm sorry.
Stop saying that.
Well, it's so goddamn.
That was your advice to Thatcher Demko,
Jesus
too.
Christ, it's so fucking true.
Stop saying that.
Maybe you didn't have 3 kids. You could have jerked your dick off. You didn't have 3 fucking kids right now.
I'm sure Scotty Niedermayer. This is his episode.
I know. Sorry, Scotty.
One of the best people
awesome
ever.
Human being.
Okay?
Andy, we're just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what you're doing.
No, I'm so true, though.
All right, Scott Niedermayer.
Scott Niedermayer, we love you.
Of the Cam and Strick podcast. Great stuff here with Scotty. Listen, I'm going to say that he gave an interview that
I've never heard anything
99.9% of you have never heard from Scott Niedermayer.
I completely agree.
Like, he talked about things that he's never talked about, that I've never heard him talk about. He answered everything outside of if it's Game 7, who's your partner, Pronger or Scotty Stevens. He didn't want to hurt feelings.
He gave a great answer. Great answer. Yeah. Look, the effort. Andy, we've done so many of these now. Yeah. I know who brings it and who doesn't. Fucking Scotty Niedermayer. He fucking brought it, homeboy. Fucking awesome.
Fans of Cranbrook.
And he's wearing fucking Birkenstock sandals. He's got like a tie-dye shirt on, and he's got his glasses on, like drinking wheat fucking grass, and he's answering every question we got. He's the best.
This dude is the best.
Fucking man.
This dude is the best. And
hopefully he lives forever.
Truly an amazing player, which we all know. And, the more you dive into his career, you recognize just what makes him so special, dude. He was incredible. So if you're a hockey fan and, you obviously paid attention to hockey over the course of the last 20 years, you like Hall of Famers, you're going to love this.
What else do you want?
With Scotty Niedermayer. All right, we're dealing with mold today. There's mold in the air, and allergies are just completely destroying me on this edition of the Cam and Strick podcast. So we'll roll through these and get right to Scotty Niedermayer because CarShield and CarShield.com brings us the Cam and Shield podcast each and every episode that you can find. We do it twice. I almost said each and every week. We do 2 a week.
Well, you already fucked up because you called it Cam and Shield podcast.
Well,
it probably should be. It should be me and fucking CarShield.
Cam and Strick.
They bring it more than you do.
800-857-2481. Mention the promo code CAM. You'll save 10%, which is absolutely embarrassing.
Yeah, it's embarrassing saving
embarrassing. Money. CarShield.com. You get a cracked computer inside your car.
Or how about your stupid ass starter doesn't work in the middle of downtown Eureka like a jackass?
Yeah, or that too.
Fucking embarrassing.
Or your engine, whatever it is. Dude, you better make sure you have that protection. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck paying thousands and thousands of dollars. Doesn't cost a lot of money. Get your protection. Get it from CarShield. Get it now. 800-857-2481. How about GadgetBuyback.com? Also, GadgetLab.com. There's a store locally here in Oakville, in St. Louis. You got a cracked screen, broken phone, broke tablet. Take it in. They'll fix it while you wait. Pretty much that simple.
Home of Patty Maroon, by the way. He's probably in there fucking helping you.
Home of Patty Maroon. He probably is working.
Well, it's actually his brother probably
in the off season. Probably.
Are you Patty? No, I'm Phil. Oh.
But how can I help you? Is that a cracked screen? Oh. Who sent you?
Are you Patty? Yeah. No, you're Phil.
All right, GadgetBuyback.com, 877-772-8880. Again, if you're a business owner there, don't be holding your business back. You're hurting more people than you even know. And you're hurting your bottom line. You're hurting your pocketbook.
Talking about embarrassing.
Okay? And people are just chirping you behind your back. They don't want to work for you. They don't want to go to war for you.
No.
Take care of them. You got a cracked screen, cracked phone, cracked tablet if you're on crack. Check this out, 877-772-8880. How about Bud Light Seltzer, baby? Listen, there's more flavors than I even knew. People are finding some of the new flavors online, too, man. People tweeting at us, trying that pineapple, baby.
Y'all listen to me. I love when you guys tweet at me and you're barbecuing something, or you're sitting up with your feet up, looking at the moonlight, looking over the water, reflecting that moonlight over the water while you guys are sitting there drinking a mango and just kicking your feet up with your wife. Like having that setup, like that helps your relationship, by the way. Like, it fucking does. Like, your wife craves that. Like, you both crave it, and you both think of each other like, oh, fuck yeah, let's go kick our feet up. We're going to drink some Bud Light Seltzer. We're going to look at the moonlight and listen to fucking Pink Floyd and just get our goddamn, like, how, like, that saves your fucking relationships. Sorry to get so deep, but keep sending that shit, man. It puts a smile on my face, dude. On your boat, on your dock, in your backyard with a barbecue going. God, I love it.
Is
keep
that what
doing
you
that.
do? Listen to Pink Floyd?
Oh, fucking hey, I'll listen to Pink Floyd.
Well, Pink Floyd's cool.
Oh, are you kidding?
No, Pink Floyd's very cool. I don't know if I'm listening to that with my wife on the deck.
On the dock?
No.
You could do whatever you want.
I got other music on the dock.
Who? Like who? Like who? Some band in the 50s?
Fish.
Fish is just like Pink Floyd. It's a fucking,
Similar.
you get your mind right and you just jam and they go.
Yeah.
I want them to go for 13 minutes like Pigs. You ever listen to Pink Floyd Pigs, man? It goes for 13 minutes long, and you're just like zoned out, and you're on your boat, and you're just jamming, dude. The moonlight coming down. What the fuck? You don't like that?
Some Bill Withers.
Why do you work your ass off all fucking? Why?
You don't know who that is, dude.
All you guys, why work so hard and not look forward to something? Think about it.
Hey, new flavors too. I've seen cranberry. I've seen pineapple. People trying the pineapple all weekend long on this 3-day weekend, man. We love the pineapple, too, in addition to the strawberry, the black cherry, the lemon lime, and the mango, baby.
Mix it together.
Yes.
Try that pineapple with a fucking good
strawberry.
Like some vodka and some other thing. Look online. Like, oh, my, it goes with everything.
You can mix seltzers together. You can mix
the
Bud Light Seltzer mango with a little top it off with a little Bud Light Seltzer pineapple on top.
What about a let's see, like some champagne, and then some Bud Light Seltzer with some fruit juice. Like, damn, like,
dude, are you trying to like come up with like concoctions?
My God, I don't know. Maybe that's too much
champagne.
Bubbly. Yeah, okay. Well, we had some mimosas this weekend.
Did
and
you?
I'm like,
you like those, don't you?
Yeah, I could take, because you mix it with either orange juice or grapefruit juice or something like that. But I drink champagne, and maybe I put a little fucking pineapple seltzer in there and some orange. I don't know.
All right, doesn't matter the flavor.
I don't know.
Regardless, 100 calories, less than a gram of sugar. Check it out.
I'm going to take a beating if that doesn't
BudLight.com. Have them deliver it to your crib. They can deliver it to you. It's that simple.
Oh, yeah, man.
Okay? Just have it shipped to you. Check them out, BudLight.com, Bud Light Seltzer, baby. How about HockeyTraining.com? I saw a lot of people using Hockey Training, man.
I did, too.
I mean, goaltenders are using it. Men are using it. Women are using it. You've got men's league players who are just dominating because of their commitment, which is what it takes to HockeyTraining.com. I use it. I've mastered the Austin Matthews move now. I kind of went from the Svechnikov to the Kucherov. Now I'm doing a little Austin Matthews as well.
But he can't get the puck out of his zone yet. So he started at level 40 instead of level 1.
Dude, I can get it out. Are we skating this week, by the way?
I mean, I am.
Are we? That's your answer.
I don't know. Check your mail for an invite. Fuck's sakes. Your fucking Svechnikov bullshit.
Oh, my God. I can't
If you get the fucking puck out of the zone, it'd be guaranteed you'd be locked in every week.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. All right, so check that out. Again, if you're a men's league player, you need this.
Yeah.
It's not really an option for you, honestly. I mean, for some of you, maybe it is, but most of you, it's not.
Just, hey, evaluate yourself when you walk in the locker room, dudes.
Mm-hmm. What's the reaction you
I'm
get?
just letting you know, walk in that locker room, everybody's like, oh, yeah, you're fucking, hi, or you're like, oh, fucking thank God. Oh, boy, you guys are in trouble. You know, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like, there's a big reaction. When Andy walks in, we're like, oh, hey, tell us about the podcast.
That's not true.
Oh, you're skating. Oh, cool.
Not true.
Tell us about the podcast. But when the fucking Jan Stasny walks in, you're like, oh, put on fucking blue, baby. Let's go. Big difference. Yanni's a fucking man. God, I love him so much. Fucking he snores.
Yeah.
God, I want to kill him sometimes. But go ahead.
He used to snore, right? As your roommate?
No, I wanted to fucking shoot him in his head.
Throw him out the window?
No, seriously. Yeah, both. Kill him and then, like, torture him.
All right, so check out hockeytraining.com. Make sure you get your game in order for this coming season. And, of course, Bellman.com, new car, used cars, Cadillac, Buick, GMC on one side of the street. You got the Chrysler, the Dodge, the Jeep, the Ram. On the other side, all in
Jeep.
Troy, Missouri, man. Cam's looking for that pink 2-door Jeep with the small wheels. Somebody tweeted us. They thought maybe they saw you driving around.
They're tweeting at you, dick.
It looked like your Jeep.
No.
It looked like your Jeep.
Do I have a fucking Jeep? Listen to me. I'm getting a badass boat, and I need that motherfucking dually.
Loser.
I want that diesel motherfucker. I want to be the motherfucker. I might even put a ball sack hanging down from the fucking thing. You ever see those, by the way?
No.
Aren't they
from the rearview mirror?
No,
I've
from the
seen
trailer
dice.
hitch. No. You know the hillbillies that put the ball sack on? I might even do that.
Really?
I might even do that.
Now, how come I haven't seen that?
Because you're a fancy lad cake eater from fucking Ladue, dude. You're not out where I live, you fucking Jesus Christ.
Is that what it's like out there?
Yeah, kind of. It kind of is.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, his truck with the ball sack's more expensive than your house.
Oh, he has that?
Yes.
He's got a ball sack hanging from his truck? You said Derek, your cousin?
No, fuck no.
Oh.
The Jansen? No.
Oh.
We Jansens don't do that, but I see it all the time.
Yeah, that sounds cool. A dually sounds really cool.
Yeah, if you have a cool boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a Suburban or an Escalade.
Oh, fuck yeah. And go to soccer practice like a fucking nerd boy. I get a Suburban because I got 50 kids and I'm going to soccer. I get a fucking dually with my shit-kicking boat. I'm going to go fucking get my mind right, listen to Pink Floyd all weekend. Who's cooler?
Actually,
That's what I thought.
I wouldn't get a Suburban. I'd get a GMC is what I would get, or a Cadillac, or a Buick.
Fine.
Or
Drop the kids off at soccer. That's
Dodge,
cool.
Jeep, Ram. Check that out. Bellman.com. BEHLMANN.com. Dan Bellman, our boy. Great hockey guy, supports hockey, and supports our podcast as well. Again, check them out online, Bellman.com. All right, Scotty Niedermayer,
oh my God,
one of the best players to ever play. Not just of his generation, just a smooth skater, smooth on the ice, and a smooth operator off of the ice. Scotty Niedermayer on this edition of the Cam and Strick podcast. That's what all the guys do, man. I mean, it's like your kids now run your show. You ran their show for years, but now it's all about – it was about your hockey. Now it's about their hockey.
Fair enough. Actually, I was always pushing to get back to BC. I'm kind of partial to British Columbia. I think it's as good a place as any in the world, so I'm enjoying being back here. But you're right. The kids are dictating everything these days for sure.
Yeah, so are we, by the way. We're partial to BC, too.
We love it.
Appreciate that.
So what's going on your day-to-day activity? I mean, do you just, like, skate around the town on rollerblades? Like
mountain hiking?
I mean, you're definitely hiking. You're up in the mountains. You probably call your brother, hey, meet me at, like, 14,000 feet.
We held a cup.
Yeah, exactly. See who can get there first. But what's your day-to-day routine like?
In the winter, I've been doing a lot of skiing, cross country and downhill, a little bit of snowboarding. So I enjoy that. That's something I missed when I was playing hockey. So now that I'm not playing hockey and not living in California, I'm able to do that in the winter. And in the summer, yeah, you're right. It's hiking and mountain biking. I got back from a mountain bike ride this morning, trying to stay in some sort of shape. That's been a bit more of a battle than I expected after retiring. The workouts tend to slide just like everybody else. So I'm grinding away, trying to at least stay in some sort of condition so I can still have some fun.
So tell us about those long, like, cross country skiing. Is that do you how long do you go? Do you camp out? I mean, you see a lot of nature, I'm sure. You have wolves, bears. I mean, how does that go?
Well, it's sort of a little bit all of the above. I don't know. Not too many. Haven't seen much wildlife, so that's good. But we're in Penticton. There's a small ski hill and a good little cross country Nordic center that I never really had cross country skied probably since I was about 8 years old, and my parents made me do it. But I have some friends that are really into it, and they say it's fun. It's a good workout. And then I've met some people here in town that are into it as well. So do the skate skiing, which I thought you'd be good at after playing hockey for all those years, but it's a different animal than skating on solid ice with a thin metal blade. But it's been good. It's been a good challenge. And then just skiing. I grew up skiing, learned to snowboard over the years. So do a bit of that, some backcountry skiing. Actually went with my brother. We went on a trip just before everything got locked down in February. We went to Japan. Actually, the Ducks, when they retired my number, they bought that as a gift. It seems kind of weird they give you a gift when they retire your number. It seems like you should be giving them a gift. Hey. But
no, they owed you a gift. They owed you a gift. Let's be honest here.
Were you wanting to go to Japan? Like, did you ask for that?
About?
Did you say, hey, listen, just in case you're looking to get me something, Hook me up with that plane ticket to Japan, to Tokyo.
Well, how it happened actually was my wife kind of heard me talking about it, and so she mentioned it to the people she knows with the team, and they said, "Oh, we love that. It's a good idea, something that they actually want, and that they'll use." So we did that, and that was backcountry skiing, where you're sort of hiking up and skiing down, earn your turns, as they say. And we're actually on snowboards, split boards, so you can kind of cross country ski up, and then you enjoy the nice snow on the way down. And it was great. I mean, we were debating whether to go because things were starting to get locked down with COVID, and we were a bit nervous heading over closer to where it started, but we went for it, and we kind of feel fortunate we were able to pull it off because I don't know, won't be traveling a lot or haven't been traveling a lot since then.
See, dude, you guys are so cool, man. Yeah. I mean, you and Robbie.
You're a good athlete.
Snowboarding in Japan. By the way, tell Cam there's no such thing as werewolves, because you're probably wondering if you saw werewolves.
There's wolf packs. No. There's wolf packs, and they got bears up there. I'm always interested in that kind of stuff.
But, my brother is more into that side of it. He's into the hunting. So I usually try not to see them. Whereas he's actually trying to see them. So
skate skiing. I mean, this sounds like one of the most interesting things. I'm going to Google this right now. I want to go skate skiing. What's that all about?
Well, there's two different types of cross country or Nordic skiing. There's classic, which is what we probably all think of, where you're just your legs are going straight, and then skate skiing is exactly what it sounds like. The skis are a bit shorter, the boots a bit more supportive, and you usually have a wider groomed trail, like a 10 to 20 feet wide groomed trail like they do on a downhill. Mm-hmm. So the snow is hard, and you skate in a bit of a different way, but and that's, it's a nice way to get outside in the winter.
I pulled my groin thinking about it.
Yeah, Scotty, he's probably breaking records.
Oh, yeah.
For how fast he's going, by the way, skate skiing.
No.
It's like a skate skiing champion. Never gets tired. Could you play today, Scotty?
No, I have gone out over the years now. It's been 10 years now. I've gone out, played in the odd alumni sort of charity game, and my brain still thinks I can. You look over and the puck's 50 feet away, and you're like, well, I'm just going to, get over there and grab that and do whatever. But it's just a lot harder to get there now. Your legs are screaming at you, and when you get there, you're hunched over sucking wind. So I didn't realize how hard the game was when I played. It's a lot harder now.
Well, in your best prime, the year that you felt the absolute best, do you think if you had to, you could play a complete game? No, seriously, I'm dead serious on that. Could you?
Yeah. You would have to modify how you played, but I don't. As a defenseman, hopefully your forwards are doing their job. They're up on the forecheck, cycling the puck. You can stand on the blue line and catch your breath. I think I probably could. I wouldn't be, you wouldn't be at your best, but I think it's doable for sure.
All right. What was life like in the Niedermayer household? I mean, just two absolute phenoms, in the same house. I mean, it's just absolutely crazy. Like, when did you know you stood out when it came to hockey?
We were really, really fortunate. We grew up in Cranbrook, British Columbia, a small town in the southeast corner. And it was a great hockey town. It had a long tradition of junior hockey and a real good senior hockey league. That there had been a lot of guys from all over the country that had moved to Cranbrook to play senior hockey and then also to work. I mean, they weren't paying, but there was just a really good. So we were blessed with a ton of good coaches and people that knew the game well, and then other kids our age that were good hockey players. So out of a small little town of 17,000 people, we would go to Vancouver, to Calgary, and we would compete with any of the top teams anywhere in Western Canada. So, I mean, my brother and I, we did our part, but we had a bunch of other really good players and a good coaches over the years that allowed us to do that. So it was a perfect place to sort of grow up and play hockey. I mean, I think my brother and I knew we were good at hockey, but being in a small little town, the NHL seemed like a different world. I mean, we all dreamed of it, but thinking that it would become reality one day is I don't think we believed that. Probably until I started playing junior hockey with other players that maybe were drafted or had gone to camps or different things like that, and then all of a sudden it seemed like a possibility. But growing up in Cranbrook was a great place for any kid, but a kid that played hockey back in, I guess, through most of the 80s.
Well, your skating is, unbelievable. When did that all come about? I mean, your mom, of course, I read that she got you into figure skating. Andy's mom got him into figure skating and it didn't work out for him. So did that help you? I mean, did that help you?
I think it did. I mean, there's no question that both of us obviously have sort of a talent for it. But then we put some time in as well. It was my sort of parents' idea, I guess, that they felt it was important. And, so we were in figure skating right at the get-go, right when you're basically learning your edges, you're learning crossovers and, different things like that. We were still on hockey skates. I think I did one little show where it was like a Star Wars theme and we were out there wheeling around doing something as little kids. But
I'm looking that up.
Can we get the video?
I'm looking that up.
Can we get the video?
I haven't seen a video. I haven't. There might be a picture somewhere, but there's no question it helped. And we continued, doing a little bit of power skating here and there in the summers. Do a 1-week camp with different instructors out here in the West. It's not like it is now where kids are on the ice way more, but we definitely, 2 or 3 weeks a summer would go to a hockey camp and then maybe a power skating camp. And it helped for sure. But we also had some talent for that.
Yeah.
So we're
a little bit. The Cam and Strick podcast is brought to you by CarShield. Nothing more frustrating, Cam, than when that engine light comes on and right off the bat, you're going to have to spend thousands of dollars to repair your vehicle. Call 800-857-2481. Mention the promo code CAM or visit carshield.com and use the code CAM to save 10%. Yeah. That's carshield.com. A deductible may apply. Save yourself money. Sign up and get your coverage now with carshield.com. Now back to the interview. And I've heard other guys, who grew up figure skating too. Jeff Skinner. There's been a bunch of guys who grew up figure skating, and yes. not a bad way to learn how to skate. Did you ever have to beat up Rob? I mean, you're the older brother. Did you guys ever fight? Did you ever kick his ass, Scotty?
Yeah. Well, I was always bigger than him growing up. I'm older. So I was always bigger until I left really to play junior hockey. So I was really quite fortunate because I think if any time after that he grabbed me, I wouldn't have done so well. So I was very fortunate that I got out of there in time when he had his growth spurt when he was about 16 years old. And then I was smart enough to never get in that situation again.
What was it like the first time you met Ken Hitchcock, Scotty? Obviously, you played for him in Kamloops. I want to know that story.
Yeah. I was just a kid, really. I mean, I was 15. My birthday was at the end of August. I was probably up in Kamloops a week before that. The story I do tell a lot is, meeting some of the players. And here I am, a 15-year-old kid from Cranbrook, BC, that fairly naive, hadn't been a whole lot of places. Calgary was the big city. We'd go there once a year. And then they're introducing me, the GM's introducing me to some of the players, and they introduced me to Len Barry. He was a 20-year-old at the time. And then right away, he's like, yeah, this is his wife, and then this is his daughter. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, this is a little different than the Bantam team I just came from 3 months ago. And then Hitch, he had a pretty good reputation, as far as being a coach. They'd had success there. But he was a different coach. I mean, he was a big guy, and you obviously notice that. The way he coached, I think I was naive enough that I just kind of went with it. He was pretty loud and demanding, and I just kind of rolled with it. So I think because maybe I hadn't had a lot of experiences, I didn't know how to compare it to different things. So he's a good coach. He knows the game well. I learned things from him, but he's definitely a character with his own quirks for sure.
So how did you handle the attention? Like, you started getting a lot of attention, going to Memorial Cups and obviously standing out there en route to being a third overall draft pick. What was it like? Because you always seem kind of reserved, kind of quiet, maybe not a guy who looked for a lot of attention. How did you handle it when you started getting it?
Yeah, I mean, and that's when it kind of started, at least in my mind, where you're, I don't know, you read your name in the hockey news one day or something that they're talking about draft in 2 years or whatever it was. Just like my first year, we did go to the Memorial Cup in Hamilton. And, we ended up playing Oshawa with Lindros on the team. And
Ooh.
I mean, obviously he was getting talked a lot about. And then, to sort of starting to get recognized in that fashion. Yeah, I mean, that was a big change. Obviously feels good. I'm not going to lie and say you don't notice it or you don't like that. But yeah, you're right. I've sort of always been a fairly, I don't know what the word is, sort of reserved, person that hippie doesn't.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
Me too, Scotty. Don't worry about
it. In the right moment.
Yes.
But, so it feels good, but maybe you're not out showing it or showing it off or anything like that. But those were the moments where all of a sudden you go from being just a small little kid playing hockey in a small town to thinking that you might have a chance to make the NHL, which really was just a dream before, another world.
That's such a jump. You're going and you're playing, and then now you're playing against Eric Lindros, who he got so much. Did you have to shut him down? Were you paired up against him? How'd that go?
No, I don't think so. We had some older, bigger guys that were, but I don't think we did shut him down because we didn't fare so well. We had a rough tournament. Playing some different teams and just not really understanding, I guess, the makeup of the tournament and how to react properly. But it was a good learning experience. I always, everybody says you learn more when you lose or you come out on the short end of a situation. I think there's a lot of truth to that. So it was a good experience in that sense, but we came home with our tail between our legs after that Memorial Cup in Hamilton. For sure.
I know the feeling. We did the same thing in Guelph. It's such a weird tournament because you do seven game series and you battle, and all of a sudden you have to wait 3 weeks, regroup, and then go meet up in a neutral spot and do a whole new tournament over against everybody, against guys that you've never played against. It's such a unique situation.
Yeah, it's just totally different than what you're used to. We were out in Hamilton, so obviously that was a big trip, and we were in a rink we'd never been in. And exactly that. Each league sort of has its own style, different way of doing things. A lot more attention you get to the Memorial Cup, especially with Lindros there, and all the hoopla that surrounded everything going on that we weren't quite ready for it, I don't think.
You're such a gifted skater, great puck skills, high-end scoring ability. Nobody ever tried to turn you into a forward, even when you were younger.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, I was like every kid wanting to be a forward when you're 6 years old, starting hockey. I've never met a 6-year-old that wants to be a D-man. But I eventually kind of found myself back on defense. I to be honest, I don't really remember if my dad volunteered me or I volunteered, but I don't remember it being, a big sort of, I don't remember pushing back on it saying, no, I don't want to do that. So I went back, started playing D at a pretty young age and continued with it. And I actually did take a few shifts, or more than that, actually, a few games as a forward. There was 1 year, I can't remember the exact year, but Jacques Lemaire dressed me as a forward in a playoff series.
Oh God!
And I think we ended up losing it, actually. So I don't know if it went that well. When you're used to playing D and you're used to sitting back, seeing the whole ice and seeing all the players, you get up as a forward and there's people all around you. It kind of unnerves you a bit. So I had a lot to learn, but I took a few shifts in the NHL at forward. I
don't think Andy realizes that at a young age you put the best players on D because they have the puck the whole time. And that's why we played forward, Andy. That's why we played forward.
Big Walt, Keith Tkachuk, he did that with Brady Tkachuk.
Because you have the puck the whole damn time.
Younger, he would make him play D, so he would have the puck all the time.
You can control the play.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can play more. And I never thought of it that much, but I enjoyed that part of it.
You learn from us. You learn from us.
Hey, I'm going to read a story now. Scott Niedermayer now has his sons playing defense.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
So now they're playing. Are they defensemen already or no?
They are. The one isn't. I have a 19-year-old playing junior here that's a forward, but all the other ones, the two younger ones, are defensemen.
What about Rob? Does he have kids too playing?
So I have 4 boys, and he has 3 young girls. So we're in very different boats, and he doesn't get to the hockey rink much. They live out on I guess you could call it a ranch. I don't know. He thinks he's a cowboy. He's got a horse, and the whole thing. But his girls love riding horses and doing stuff like that. So
does Shane Doan. It's in the water there in Kamloops. I think Shane Doan, although he might be a real cowboy.
He is a real cowboy.
Yeah, I think Shane Doan's a real cowboy. I don't think my brother is a real cowboy. Mind you, he does have a horse, and he's ridden it enough that he's more of a real cowboy than me, for sure. But
you got 4 boys. Now, Andy swears there's a secret in lovemaking, although I don't know what the hell, that you could create a boy. Is that true? Did you know the recipe?
No, I don't know it, but maybe I knew it. I know, my wife was hoping for a girl at some point. And in all honesty, I wouldn't, have minded a daughter. Growing up just with one brother and now 4 sons, it would have been a new experience, a learning experience, but it just wasn't in the cards. And I don't know the secret.
No, Andy should make some money off of this.
I should.
That's a great answer.
Well, because I had 2 girls, and then I had to do a little
searching.
Well, do a little searching, and then ended up having my boy. And I'm 7 for 7. I passed it along to 7 people, and so I'm 7 for 7. 100% accuracy rate.
Well, there was a book I remember my wife had that sort of laid out a few things. But I obviously didn't read it, I guess.
Hey, let's talk about the new Bud Light Seltzer.
Oh, yeah.
It's an easy drinking hard seltzer that comes in 4 delicious fruit flavors. Black cherry, strawberry, lemon lime, and Cam's favorite, mango.
Oh,
With only 100 calories, 5% alcohol, and less than a gram of sugar, you might as well have a few tonight or this weekend. Go to BudLight.com to buy Bud Light Seltzer online. Must be 21 years of age or older. Bud Light Seltzer. Unquestionably good.
Yeah.
Now, back to the interview. All right, so let's go to New Jersey. Listen, you're such a mild-mannered guy, for a superstar, for like a true, like, elite, like, top 100 player, like, very mild-mannered. I mean, I always respect that a ton about you. But I also love the fact that you held your ground, man. And I mean, there were times that you would hold out if you didn't like the contract. And we've had other guys on our podcast who did the same thing. How uncomfortable was that for you, just knowing your personality a little bit? Was that difficult for you to do that, especially going toe-to-toe with a guy like Lou Lamoriello?
Yeah. I mean, I think did I do it the first time I signed there? Not my first contract after I was drafted. I signed that, I think just right before camp. But I think every contract after that just went another couple weeks further than the last one. I don't know if I ever won any of them, to be honest. I don't know if it ever gained me anything, but I guess I felt like I was doing more and trying to, like you said, stand your ground or whatever, negotiate. It's not the most comfortable feeling. I mean, you want to play hockey, your buddies, your teammates are there, and that's where you want to be. But at the same time, it is a business, and you want to stand up for yourself and, do what you can to help in that department. So Lou made it tough, no question about it. I think, I don't know, it's hard to go back to the younger me and really know, but I'm sure I wasn't happy about it. But there was part of me, I think, that understood that was his job too, was to negotiate for the team, to try to, take care of that for them. So definitely some battles, and no hard feelings now where I'm sitting now. Maybe easy to say, but Lou doesn't make it easy in a lot of ways. I think even the way he runs his teams, there's guys that maybe find it a little sort of, overwhelming with maybe rules and different things that are in place. For me, that was never a problem. I was, never really looking to do different things or do it a different way. So I kind of fit into that fairly well, but we did negotiate. The times we did were challenging for sure.
All right. So when you're going through that though, like, do you ever sit face to face with Lou when you're going through these negotiations and try to talk it out with him? Is he calling you, or are you 100% putting it in the hands of your agent, or did you have to really get into it with him a little bit?
Yeah, I think it sort of evolved. Probably the first 2 or 3 times, it was mainly my agent, or pretty much all my agent. And then after that, Lou would call and you'd talk. The agents never really liked that, when Lou got a chance to talk directly to the players, so they tried to prevent it, but I had no problem with it. I liked the idea of everything being laid out on the table. Everybody's position. I did go before the lockout in 2004. I ended up going to arbitration and sat in a room with him there and the lawyers they hired, and kind of go through that. It was kind of I'm sure it was not a true arbitration in the sense that I think everybody knew the likelihood of playing a full season or even a whole season or part of a season were very diminished going into that year, that lockout.
You got $7 million too, man.
That was 3.5. I thought you got for that arbitration.
No, didn't you get $7 million or something like that?
I never got anything, but I think I did. I think
like the highest reward ever in an arbitration case. Yeah.
Was it at that point? Okay, yeah. See, this is good to know.
Andy knows more about you than you know you. Trust me on
absolutely.
That.
Yeah.
Welcome to my world. It's horrible. We should have positive things.
Hey, you're way more interesting than Cam, though. I'll tell you that.
There you are.
But I mean, so you mentioned the rules, though, and I've talked to Cam about this a lot. We've had a bunch of devils on, Scotty Gomez and Scott Stevens, bunch of guys.
We've had Lou. We talked about you, by the way.
We had Lou on, by the way, which he never does. But what was the one rule that you were just like, this is absolutely ridiculous? Like, I'm a grown-ass man and I can't do this. Like, was there one that stands out?
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think the one that kind of got a little overbearing, and it changed over time, was during the playoffs. And Jacques Lemaire I think brought the rule in, and I think when Lou heard it, he's like, yeah, I love it. That's a great idea. Was we would stay in a hotel the whole time a series was going on, even when we were at home. So when the series started, we'd go into the hotel and we'd be there in New Jersey in the hotel and on the road in the hotel. And when the series was over, if we had a few days, you'd be able to go home. And I guess I was young initially, and it didn't really bother me. It didn't matter. No one was at home. I was by myself. But as I got older and had a family, then that really kind of wore thin on me. And it kind of changed over time, where we would basically just go in the night before at home and some things like that. So that was one of them. I know everybody talks about the no facial hair rule, but I don't really remember that one. Like Ken Danico and me, we didn't shave a lot, as I remember it. We'd have to go to the videotape or maybe Andy knows. I don't know.
He knows all about you. Everywhere you shaved, by the way.
Hey, I tried to get it out of Lou.
Oh my God!
And he said that what happens in the dressing room stays in the dressing room. Because didn't Scotty Gomez tell a story how like Lou came in, like he had to rip a chain off?
Yeah, after they won
for a team photo.
After they won, they did that. No. Oh yeah, that too. And then after you guys won, and Scotty's coming back, it's the day after, right? You go through that night, and then you're leaving, and then Lou's still Lou, and Scotty comes off, and his tie's just not right. It's not right. Yeah. And do you remember any of that kind of stuff? I mean, gosh, it happened all the time.
Yeah, I do a bit, but I was never like, I think Scotty Gomez and Lou, they had a perfect love-hate relationship where they both enjoyed each other's antics. I think Lou liked having a challenge, a guy that wasn't buttoned down and always a bit off the, whatever, just doing his own thing. Lou liked the challenge of trying to rail him in and, bring him in and have him sort of walk the line. And then I think Scotty enjoyed, bugging Lou and doing things the wrong way. And I think they both respected each other, but it was definitely interesting to watch. But I just kind of went about my own business. I never got caught up in that kind of stuff. But yeah, the stories are endless for sure.
It's funny though, because Scotty, I mean, like he's a confident kid, and he goes and he's always had it pretty easy. Then he wins the cup. Then he gets MVP, right? And then he wins another cup. So he's like this. He's a young kid who's really cocky, and Lou's like, "Oh boy, I love what you did, but I need to control you now." Yeah. It's he is what it is, and it's great for guys like me as well. But so I mean, you got you going over, and of course, I guess the last trade deal, they offered you a lot of money. I mean, Lou sat back and they offered you money, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to sit with my brother, and I'm going to go through this, and we're going to pick a spot. And he had to pick a spot too, right? So kind of go over that and how that decision came to be.
Yeah. I mean, it was it was kind of, I don't know. It was a lot different than I had thought it would be. I probably thinking back to those times where you're negotiating with Lou and you're waiting, and the season started, you're not playing. At that moment, you're like, oh man, would it be great to be unrestricted and do whatever? for sure that I felt that. And then so the opportunity comes about. It was a bit of again, it was the year after not playing hockey. So we'd missed a whole season of hockey. A whole new collective bargaining agreement with the salary cap was in place, and it was just a different world. And I think everybody was just trying to figure it out. And so we had actually, my brother and I think it was in 2004, had played in the World Championships together for Canada. And that had been the first time that we'd played together, probably in a real game, since I was 15 and he was 14, and we were back in Cranbrook playing bantam hockey. And that sort of, I think, just put a little seed in our brain. I was like, wow, that was kind of fun. It kind of brought back memories of playing together as kids. And, if something like that ever came about in our pro careers, it'd be something that we'd both consider. We'd both like to try to make happen if it worked for both of us. So at that point, no hockey, new CBA, you really don't even know what is going to happen coming out of that. Are you going to be unrestricted, or is that all going to change? I really had no idea. So then once it got put into place, well, I shouldn't say that. Even before that, I talked to my brother a little bit about, he was in Anaheim. What do you think of Anaheim? Do you like it there? Is it a place that, would be, you'd want to stay? If you stayed, would I come? So we had those discussions. We had discussions about different teams and different possibilities that, might work for both of us. And then just as time progressed, we kind of felt comfortable with it. My brother probably actually led that charge in the sense that he'd been there. The team sold coming right out of the lockout with new owners, and they went and revamped everything with new GM and coaches and the whole thing. So we really had to take a lot of sort of verbal word on what it was going to be like. We didn't know the new owners. Brian Burke was hired as GM. I'd never met the guy in my life. You definitely have heard from him. He likes to
just had him on. We talked about we talked with Lou about you. We talked with Brian Burke about you.
Hey, we also
that's what we do.
We also talked with Ty Domi about you. Because he came. Oh my God, he had some comments about Scott Stevens, who came with the.
Lord.
So, my God.
I think I maybe saw that one about Scott Stevens. I didn't know it was you guys that.
That was us. That was us.
Well, it was him. I mean, he just said it.
He said it.
We thought he was joking at first.
I didn't know. He all of a sudden he just delivered the knockout punch again in his post career. So 2001 playoffs though, like the elbow on you though, Scott. I mean, if you knew it was coming, you would have obviously protected yourself or braced yourself. But what led up to that? Was there a previous incident? And what do you remember about it? Because obviously you got stretchered off the ice.
Yeah. No, it. I guess, you don't play this game without taking your lumps at some point. And that was a moment where I did. In the playoffs, I was competitive. I would do stuff just like most other guys would do stuff out there. Ty would be running around trying to pace me into the glass. That was his job. I knew it. I tried to make it hard for him to do that. And I think that was a skill I had that I usually was pretty good at. I could get in and out of places and avoid hits with still maybe making a play on a puck or different things. I could sense at times that would frustrate guys, that were trying to get me. And that in some ways, maybe I should have let them run me over once, and that they would have been happy with their game and I could have moved on. And then I think there was a game earlier in the series where I don't know what his story about this, if this is right or not, but I kind of went to hit him. I maybe got my stick up on him a little bit, and he didn't like it. Obviously, a little guy hitting a big guy with a stick up around his face. It wasn't on purpose, but it happened. And I remember him yelling at me, saying he's going to get me. And not the first time anyone said that in a hockey game, but so I never thought much about that. Other than, I'm always going to be aware of where he is on the ice when we're playing, for sure.
When you have the puck.
I guess, that's a good point. Yeah, when I have the puck or going for the puck.
Exactly.
So it was late in the game in Toronto, and I remember going down one side. I wasn't involved in the play. I thought the play was going to come up that way, or maybe the puck was going to be rimmed. So I kind of went down into the offensive zone on that side. and then it didn't. It changed sides, went out the other way, and I just turned back, and I was just turning back, skating back towards the blue line, and that's when he got me. He was obviously coming back on the back check, a little late, I guess. He was out of position.
Yeah, he was.
And yeah, so he, you know what, I didn't lose a tooth. I had a bit of a sore jaw, but that was it. Nothing broken, but he caught me right on the button and I was out. And I remember all of a sudden coming to, looking up and seeing a score clock with no idea where I was or what was happening. And that was the first and only time that I've ever been in that situation. I definitely have been hit hard where you probably concussed, but that was the first time that I was out cold, and only time. And it's playoff hockey. It is intense, and you're always right up to the line. And I guess sometimes we cross it, and I guess that's what happened there. I at the time, you're just trying to feel better, but as time progressed, I definitely was not pleased about it. You're in the playoffs trying to win a Stanley Cup, and we actually made it back to the Cup final that year and had a chance to win another Stanley Cup. We ended up losing. So was I at my best when I came back? Probably not. And that's one of the things that you kind of upsets you a bit, I guess.
Yeah. Cam and Strick podcast here for our boy Dan Bellman with Bellman.com.
Yeah, baby.
You need some new wheels? Why not get a Cadillac, a Buick, a GMC? Yeah. Head out to Troy today. And again, don't forget about Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram right across the street.
No doubt.
Right there in Troy, Missouri. Visit them online. Check out their new selection, the pre-owned selection, the best service you will find anywhere in the country. Bellman.com. BeHLMANN.com. Get yourself some new wheels in time for the summer.
Yeah.
Now back to the interview. Well, Scotty went crazy in the penalty box. I mean, he was like a crazed animal. And Lou looked relatively composed, but
Andy.
Well, no, they showed him, but you knew internally he
God.
was just absolutely going crazy. But when something like that happens, though, Scotty, help us understand this, especially for those of us who think we played the NHL, but we never did. Help us understand. Do you ever get over that? Do you ever forgive a player that does that to you?
I think I have in my own head. Otherwise, I don't think you have any other options. But I was pretty upset about that for a long time. And like I said, I don't know. I just believe if I was at my best, I think I could have helped the team more, and who knows what would have happened. Would we have beat Colorado in the Stanley Cup final? So that was really the big thing about it for me. And just being such a cheap sort of not around the puck play. It's hard to sort of, if I had the puck and the guy came, and got me and the same outcome happened, well, you know what, that's hockey. He got me, even if it was a cheap shot or a high hit or something like that. It'd be hard to sort of look at it other than that. You're playing a game that happens. But the way this one happened was tough pill to swallow for sure.
So Needs, I 0-2 draft for me in Toronto. My first 6:00 appointment with an NHL team was with Lou, and I walked in there and he asked me who I resemble my game around. And first I said Mario Lemieux and Wayne Gretzky combined. No one laughed at that, by the way. Then I said Ty Domi.
Yeah.
And he gave me the look like, we don't like him. And so I didn't even think about it. So it's like it was the most intimidating interview I've ever been through in my life. So but I will say this though, Needs, it goes the other way too. Yeah. You got elbowed by Big Peter Worrell. I saw this play 15 times a day. Yeah. And he comes and he hits somebody and he misses them, and then he sticks his elbow out and catches you around your jaw. You're dazed, and you stick him in his head. And you got 10 games for that. And I'm like, that was just a reactionary play. Yeah. Describe that whole scene, man, because it was kind of hectic.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, again, hockey is a game that some of us go to the edge, and then sometimes we're over it. And, I think, like you mentioned earlier, I was sort of definitely a calm, under control type personality, but there's a few instances where I would sort of lose it, and usually the outcome wasn't too bad because I'm not the biggest, toughest guy around. So it's usually just me blowing off steam, and then they just tuck me away somewhere. But yeah, I mean, in that game, Morel, again, big guy trying to hunt down the little guy, paced him a few times. And, again, I'm kind of able to get out of the way, but he's a pretty big, lanky guy. And he a couple times got, what I thought was an elbow around my head. And then it happened a third time, and that was enough for me. And my stick, after it happened, I remember just sort of my stick was behind me for some reason. And at that point, it was just like, I'm so pissed off, I'm going to do anything right now. And my stick was there, and I swung it. I think it did zero, sort of, glanced off his helmet on the side. And then now I'm staring at this guy that's just going to make a mess of me. I'm all that options.
Bottom of a pile. You're on a bot. How scary is that instance, by the way? You're getting jumped. You got him. He's 270. Then you got guys like stepping on you. Oh, you're probably like knocked out.
You're not thinking of that, right? Like, you're right. Like skates and different things in a hockey pile and stuff. You're like, to most normal people, it seems like a really terrible idea. But when you're out there in the middle of a game and the emotions are going, it just happens. And, Lou always had, I don't have to tell you, but guys that were there for teammates, if another team decided to do things, and it was no different then. And, I don't know. I mean, was I proud of reacting like that? Absolutely not.
Hey, we're proud of you.
It doesn't matter.
We're proud of you, Scotty.
I think, I guess maybe, in the way they call the game now, they're sort of, anything around the head and different things, that they're on top of it. And back in those days, the head was just another part of the body to try and get a piece of. So.
So Peter Worrell, he started going crazy, by the way, like doing like throat slashes. I guess he was.
Yeah, he's going through a tough time, by the way.
I guess he was directing.
Is he really? Yeah.
I think he is.
And I get it.
Yeah. Well, I think he was directing it at the bench and whatever. But I'm just curious when that happens. Like, do you reach out to him? Like, even like in the Domi situation. I mean, maybe a dumb question, but did he reach out to you? Like, does that ever happen?
Yeah. Ty kind of came. I don't remember if it was after the series. I think it was. And sort of, apologized, I guess. I don't remember exactly what he said, to be honest. I wasn't probably ready to hear it. But he did. He made an effort. The thing with the Worrell instance, my brother was on the team with Florida.
Oh, God.
So, just really weird sort of thing. I never really made an attempt, I guess, because the fact that I didn't think he was hurt at all. Which probably wasn't right, because it was something, what I did was stupid. Mm-hmm. And it probably should have, earned an apology once I had time to think about it. But I guess I felt he wasn't hurt, and no worse for wear from what he did to me, and on we go kind of thing.
He missed 6 games, I think.
Yeah,
didn't
I know.
It didn't even seem that bad.
I know.
Did he really?
He missed 6 games.
I think he missed 6 games.
6 games. Yeah. You hit it. I think it's just sometimes you just get caught in a weird spot in a temple, and it doesn't even look like it's that big of a deal.
That's
true.
How it
is, man.
Yeah, I mean, I would not judge anybody for that anymore.
You just never know.
These days, you don't.
Dude, it's over. It's over with. Needs. Who cares?
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
We all have our low moments, for sure.
No, not me. Not me. Needs. I don't know what you're talking about.
Here's another one. Daniel Alfredson, like, you think he shot the puck at you on purpose? Because it certainly looked like it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure he did. He was going to shoot it on the net, and he looked, and he changed his angle and let her fly, for sure. Him and I had actually bumped, had our moments throughout our careers. We were both, I guess, similar players in a way, not obviously big, tough guys or anything, but at certain times we'd play hard, and, him and I had a few little run-ins, and I think that, again, probably just, at that moment, he's like, geez, I hate that guy. I got the puck. There's nothing else to do with it at the end of the period. It seemed like a good idea. So.
Hey, I think I did that the other day in an alumni skate. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
You know what? Hey, listen. He kicked me off a bus at the draft one time. I didn't realize I was on the
Alfredson?
I think I was on like the Ottawa bus. Like, he was working for the Senators. He was there, and I was staying with the at the Blues Hotel, working, doing stuff for the Blues. And you could just hop on any bus to go to the draft. So I just jumped on a bus, and like the Red Wings didn't have a problem if I were on there. I mean, they could
kick your ass off too.
And Daniel Alfredson comes on the Ottawa Senators bus. He's like, "What are you doing here? You got to get off." So I had to get off the bus. But yeah, that was definitely definitely on purpose. There's no question about that.
And I think he was frustrated. We, our team was controlling the series, and I think they had high hopes. They had a pretty skilled group of players, and so those are the things that make us kind of do things that we, aren't proud of, or not our finest moments, for sure.
Andy Strickland and Cam Jansen here for you for GadgetBuyback.com. Yeah. Gadget Lab, they got a store here locally if you're in St. Louis, 5541 Telegraph Road. Here's the deal. You got an old phone, maybe a cracked tablet. Maybe it's perfect, but it's a little bit older. Turn it in right now. www.GadgetBuyback.com. Upgrade your devices, phones, computers, watches.
Anything.
Doesn't have to be Apple either. No. Get those tablets turned in. Again, www.gadgetbuyback.com, 877-772-8880. Now back to the interview.
Yeah. All right, Needs. I want an answer from you on this. I'm not a journalist.
He's going to give you one.
I'm in the media now, but I'm not very good at asking questions, but I really want to know this.
He can't read or write either.
Game 7, Stanley Cup final. Yeah. You need a D partner. You got two options. You got Chris Pronger or you got Scotty Stevens, both in their prime. You have to pick one. Don't dodge the question.
And you can't say Beauchemin.
Don't say Beauchemin either. Prongs or Scotty in their prime.
Wow. Yep. And you're going to make me answer it.
Yes, I am.
Come on now.
You're not going to leave this interview.
You're a long ways away, so I think I'm all right. But
it's like a mountaintop right now.
Okay, well, before maybe I even think about answering it, I will just say that for me and the style of hockey I played and my talents, both those guys were perfect sort of players to ride shotgun with or whatever. Never did I sort of feel like they were stepping on my toes when we were on the ice together, or I don't think I stepped on their toes when we were playing. And I think when you're in that situation, as a defenseman for sure, because that's what I know, but I think as a forward, if you're the guy that likes to be in the slot waiting for the one-timer, you don't want your winger or your centerman sitting there trying to do the same thing. So both those guys were intense. Both those guys would do everything they possibly could to help you win, competed hard. You didn't want to play against them, so you loved having guys like that on your team that you just knew the other guys, didn't want to have to go in the corner with them or come down on them. And that's actually with Scotty and the way he hit. It kind of was funny to me that guys would maybe come down on me, on a line rush or a rush with a puck. That was the worst mistake you could make, because now Scotty was kind of, you lost sort of contact with him. Mm-hmm. Where is he? Like, if I was playing him, I would go down on him. Like, I would rush and take the puck to him, because he might rub you out and, whatever, but he's not going to catch you when you're not looking. They'd come down on me, and I would do what I usually do, try and poke the puck off their stick and stay in front of them and make life miserable that way. But, and because of that, they're starting to do things with a puck and maybe lose it, and head goes down, and then he would do what he did. And the return, and Prongs playing against him before they started calling cross-track. I mean, he was ruthless with his stick in front of the net and in the corners. I mean, it just was not fun. Like, I'm sure guys were like, didn't go near him on purpose. I mean, why would you?
You're automatically getting hurt,
Yeah. I mean, you're going to have a mark. You're going to look in the mirror at the end of the game, and there's going to be something there, a bruise or a red scratch or a burn, like something. So that all being said, you're going to make me pick. Yeah. And I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to pick.
Game 7. Game 7.
Game 7. You got to pick one.
You have to.
I'll take them, and I'll sit one out.
I do that. All right, fair enough.
Let me ask you this, though. As a guy who's been yelled at a lot by Chris Pronger, he has yelled at me. Did he ever yell at you? Did he ever get in your face, Scotty?
I don't think so. We never really, we played together. We roomed together in the 2002 Olympics. And that was really the first time I think I'd been around him. So I didn't know him that well. And, we got to know each other a little bit, but we kind of did our own things a little bit even there. Mm-hmm. So when he came to Anaheim, I didn't really know him that well. So I don't know, when he was in Anaheim, I mean, he was demanding, I guess, on certain staff members, certain teammates at times. But I never remember really getting into it one way or another with him.
I don't think he would. I don't think he'd yell at you.
I'll answer your question, Andy. The reason why he didn't yell at him, because he didn't make any fucking mistakes. Good God.
I was happy to pass him the puck. If he wanted to shoot it on the power play, I was more than happy to pass it to him.
Did you ever think, though, when you were playing with Stevens, though, and the guy's coming down on you, which is stupid, just like you said. Yeah. I completely agree with you on that. Mm-hmm. Are you ever like, okay, I'm going to take the boards away just a little bit, and I'm going to funnel him. I'm going to funnel him. I'm going to inch him a little more, inch him a little. Then I'm going to sit back and wait see where the puck comes, because it's going to be a scramble because somebody's getting rocked. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't have a great memory for a lot of these stories and different things.
Ask
for whatever
Andy.
Reason. The answer I'm going to give on that is no. I don't feel I ever really did it on purpose. Mm-hmm. Did I subconsciously, did I know maybe, I guess that's possible. I mean, you look at some of the hits, and I'm kind of lucky that I came out in one piece. Okay? I kind of, on a couple of them, got blown up pretty good too. So I don't know if I wanted to make maybe a habit of just having him coming across recklessly with everything he's got in the kitchen sink with his shoulder. Like I'm on his team and I want to avoid it too. Yeah. But the answer I give is no.
Okay.
No, that's
fair.
And you know what? Listen, I mean,
I love it.
From what I remember too, I mean, you didn't hesitate. Like, you could, throw a little hip check and make guys try to come down the wall on you. And
we got a highlight video.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt. Listen, I mean, we could go in so many different directions with you, Scotty. Because from your international success, winning gold medals, one of only 2 players to win like 6 golds in all different international competitions.
I was surprised by that.
I know. So, and then, being on that great Anaheim team and Brian Burke being your GM. But just before we let you go, having a young Getzlaf, having a young Perry, and even doing some work with that organization, like just seeing them evolve into, what is likely Hall of Fame careers, man. What was that like for you?
Yeah, everything comes full circle. You learn. A story I tell, and this one of my few that I have a sort of a vivid memory of, is going to New Jersey as an 18-year-old kid. My August 31st, my birthday. I've obviously already said that, so I might even been 17, turning 18, and going to camp. And I remember Fetisov and Kazatonov, two defensemen, great, legendary Russian defensemen, tremendous success, great players. And here I am, small town, Cam Loops played junior, grew up in Cranbrook. I don't think I really appreciated just what they'd accomplished in their careers and who they were. But the most vivid thing I remember is looking at these 2 guys thinking, these guys look so old. It's unbelievable. How can they still stand up on the ice and play hockey? Mm-hmm. They look like their grandfathers. Mm-hmm. And I think the funny thing is, looking back, I think they were like 30, 31. And I never forgot that. And I always, as I got closer to that age, that's all I could think of was like, I look like those guys now to this young guy coming in, this young Ryan Getzlaf or Corey Perry. They're coming in. They look at me and they're like, this guy looks like my dad. Like, what's going on? So things come full circle. I found my way there. The gray in my beard didn't help in that department. But
neither did the Birkenstocks.
Yeah, that's true. Those are in the 90s. Yeah, well, those guys were drinking vodka at the age 13 too, so they're a little weathered.
Yeah, maybe, right? Maybe. Exactly. So maybe I wasn't as bad, but that's all I could think of. And but then you think back as a young kid, just how many people helped you along the way, whether it be coaches or teammates, and little bits of advice, or they take you aside at a dinner and maybe talk about some things about off the ice, about being a pro, whatever it might be, and. So, you find yourself in that situation where these young guys come in and you try and do a similar type thing, help them out, be a good example for them that they can learn some things that will help them. As a player, you tried to do that, and then you mentioned, I've done some of that with the organization over the last 10 years, and really enjoyed that. Much more, in all honesty, I never really thought about it when I played. Like, I never thought, I want to be a coach. It seems like fun. It didn't as a player. You're kind of, I don't know. The coach and player relationship, at least back in those days, was not always the most friendly one, and they demanded things, and sometimes you didn't agree, and so I never thought about it. And then when the opportunity came, and I kind of just did a few little jobs for the Ducks over the years, I enjoyed it, trying to help and trying to help the team have success, help individual players, grow and learn things about the game, because I know I had a lot of people help me. Yeah. So it's been good.
I can only imagine what your trophy room looks like, by the way. I mean, I don't know if you collect these things or not, but I mean, you've had so much success, man. But did you like Randy Carlyle? Did you like playing for him?
So, this kind of goes, and, I was older. I'd been, I was a veteran player. I'd been through a lot. I had some experience. I'd won. So Randy, I was an older guy. We never really had many disagreements, other than the one disagreement I did have with him, and it was Berkey. I think it was Berkey's idea. I don't know whose idea, but it was like, you have to, if the team's going to the rink, everybody goes to the rink. You can't just give a couple guys the day off. And I didn't really appreciate that as an older guy that was playing a fair amount of hockey. And I figured, you know what, we're all in a little different boat. I think we have to recognize that. I appreciate what they were trying to say, but other than that, with Randy, I never really had many disagreements. He kind of let me do my thing. And, I think I had a few things figured out at that point, which maybe was one of the reasons he was able to do that. But he was, I don't know, to me, Randy was sort of a bit of a throwback in how he presented himself, sort of a gruff, demanding guy. But to some of the guys that I played for, I didn't feel he was as demanding as maybe some of those guys were, if that makes sense, Yeah. So I think there was sort of a impression that he had or left with people, but from what I saw, from my perspective, which again maybe isn't totally accurate, but he wasn't as hard and demanding as he kind of came across, I guess.
Well, that explains why you stayed home like half the year the following year. You're like, okay, you're going to make me go to the rink, then I'm just not going to show up till Christmas.
Exactly.
I'll show you guys,
Yeah, whenever I had to go to the rink every single day, I made Marty Brodeur and all the guys come with me. You know that.
Yeah, no, well, I remember that was one thing Lou didn't do. I mean, I remember in Jersey that it was, if Marty
I skated
had played
every day,
a couple games. Yeah, and somebody had played a bunch of minutes or whatever, like, you know what, they maybe don't need to be here, and maybe the guy that didn't play quite as much might benefit from it. So that's what I sort of agree with that approach. But.
Well, you staying home, it led to our buddy Andy McDonald getting traded here to St. Louis.
Yeah, he's a good friend of ours. Skates.
Actually, another low point, another sort of moment that I don't feel real proud about was how that all played out. And I know it was a lot more moving pieces and the cap and everything that came into place. And really at the time, I didn't understand it about how it would end up affecting the team. Mm-hmm. Andy, a great player, great part of our championship team there. Him and Tamo were amazing together. And, unfortunately it was a victim of sort of our decisions, the cap and all these things that happened, decisions the organization made to sign other players. And, it was disappointing to see him go, for sure.
You're okay, buddy. Don't worry about it. Don't
no, I'm okay.
You're doing fine.
I'm okay, but
you're fine.
Everything's good. He already forgot about it.
They still love you.
If I could go back and rewrite it, that would be one of the things I'd try and rewrite it.
I hear you.
So,
hey,
I got a full book.
Hey, true story, Scotty, though. I remember calling Chris Pronger and being like, hey, the Blues are making a trade. Dougie Waite's coming to Anaheim. Andy McDonald's coming to St. Louis. And in typical Prongs fashion, he goes, good one, and hung up the phone. And then he called me back 10 minutes later, and he goes, you're right. What else you got?
No, actually, now that you just sort of another thing about Prongs just kind of, clicked into me again. Like I talked about how we never stepped on each other's toes and on the ice, everything we did. And actually off the ice, now that I think about it, he loved to talk. and I didn't like to talk, so it was perfect.
Exactly.
Awesome stuff, man.
Dude, thank you for coming on. Go enjoy yourself.
That's right.
Drink that wheatgrass.
Go on a hike.
Go on a hike. Appreciate you coming on, man, and enjoy life.
We got to get your brother on too, man.
Exactly.
We're gonna reach out to you and have you help us out with that too. So that'd be awesome to have him.
Thanks
on.
a lot. Sure. Appreciate it, bud.
For sure. All right, guys.
All right, Scotty.
Talk soon.
Take care.
Take care. Yeah, you too.
Bye-bye. That was Scotty Niedermayer on the Cam and Strick podcast.
He's a Hall of Famer. I mean, what does that mean?
Can you skate like him?
Yeah.
Could you defend him coming down one-on-one? Now, he's the defenseman and you're the forward.
Yeah.
How would you defend him?
I'd close my eyes and, fall down and trip him. No, I wouldn't do anything. I'm not defending him, Andy. Why am I defending him? I'm playing defense against fucking Scotty Niedermayer.
He could have played forward. He could have played
anything he wanted to play. If I'm defending him, then that's badass, horrible, offensive zone pressure to where everybody's caught, and then I'm stuck back. I'm the first one going in, baby. So that means everybody's stuck back, and I go one-on-one with Scotty Niedermayer. I'm like, take it.
Who played like him? Who can you think of?
Paul Coffey.
No, outside of that, I'm talking about from his era.
Okay.
Is there anybody since him that you can think of, man? Now some of these young kids actually.
But Eric Carlson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is that good?
That's the closest.
Is that a good one?
That's a great one.
That's a good one.
Because even some of these guys, Makar will obviously. I mean,
we don't know yet.
He can go.
Andy, we don't know yet.
No, but we've seen. There's times when he'll go end to end. Hughes is a little more patient of a player. Uses his legs maybe a little bit differently.
He doesn't have the legs as Scotty. I don't think.
Heiskanen, that's not the same type of player. But
is he good,
in terms of, oh my God,
people
automatically assume that Heiskanen is third wheel behind Hughes.
What, and Lindblom
and Makar.
Makar, I'm sorry.
Even I may take him ahead both of those.
Fuck, he 10-2 it. He'll 10-2 your fucking ass and be like, oh, I see you, but I'm a lefty. I'm I could go.
But the defensemen are so good, man. I mean, all these guys can handle the puck. These young kids, even Theodore from Vegas.
Is it Theodore?
I use the French Canadian accent. It's Theodore.
You're not French?
Okay, what do you say, Theodore?
Yeah, like normal people do. But I'll tell you this.
Can you believe that he was with Anaheim and they let him go?
They let him go. Who was in charge of that? Is that Berkey?
Who does that? It wasn't Berkey.
No, I know. We had Berkey on. That's why I said that. I knew it wasn't him. But no, these guys are good, man. As an NHL fan and maybe an ex-NHL defenseman, you're looking at these young kids. You're like, fuck yeah. Okay, I get it. That's what you're gonna do. Okay, you could defend, you could hit, you could break it out, you could make sauce passes, you could backhand sauce no look to an area where somebody's going 100 miles an hour and fucking gain entry zone in the offensive zone. I like you. You're fucking awesome. Good for you.
But all these guys can play inside their own end too.
They're good.
It's not like they can't defend.
They're good.
They're so good. Man, I mean,
is that bad for fucking hockey then? Is that bad for hockey that these fucking guys are so goddamn good? They block every shot. They do this, so then you don't get the offensive zone. I don't know.
Would you give Pietrangelo an 8-year contract?
No.
You really would?
Andy, listen to me real quick. Petro and I, we were good buddies growing up.
Growing up
when
you go to the same elementary school?
No, maybe that's a stupid thing to say. Growing up in our hockey career, and we both were meeting. I had Kate; she was a Rams cheerleader. He had his girl; she was a Rams cheerleader. We were buddies. Would I sign him to an 8-year?
I don't see Petro hanging out with you.
Nah, he did a couple times. And he's like, he's too crazy. I'm not going to do anymore. But I met my lovely cheerleader wife, just like he did, together. But would I sign him right now as 31 years old to an 8-year deal for $10 million a year, $9 million a year? And you're like, what contract can mimic this that worked out? Find it.
Don't worry about the salary.
No, I'm not.
Whatever it is,
fine.
I'm talking terms.
What fucking contract can mimic this and be like, yeah, it was worth it?
Well, I will say this about Petro.
Well, you're the guy. Well, find me one.
Listen, he's a freak when it comes to his conditioning.
How
he takes care of himself. Is he a guy that can be like a Nicholas Lidstrom and be effective in his late 30s?
There you go.
Can he be that guy?
Can he slow down enough to be able to make those passes, to be able to fucking shimmy a guy, to be able to point the power play, like fucking I'm gonna walk the line. Like, can you get those pucks through where a defenseman's hanging on you, you fake the shot, and then you have to open your hips up, which fucking caught at the late age, like you're like, oh, I gotta open, oh, there's my groin. Like, can you do that?
Yeah.
Because that's a big difference. when we're paying you $9.5 million.
And like I've said, man, I mean, Doug Armstrong, he's got his plan B. He's got it in place. I know a guy like Kevin Shattenkirk, right-hand D, man. I'm not going to sit here and say that he would be the replacement for Alex Pietrangelo, but this guy's playing his ass off right now, man. He's playing some of the best hockey he's played in the last couple of years, and he's going to get a contract somewhere, and he's going to get a multi-year contract somewhere. And I know if you were to talk to Kevin Shattenkirk right now, he'd love to come back here to St. Louis. Whether or not that happens remains to be seen. But I think Doug Armstrong has a plan B in mind. And I'm not saying it's Shatty. It's going to be somebody that can help this team be a Stanley Cup contender for the next several years. Yeah.
So is Petro going to be the guy where our window's open here, and he's going to quarterback that power play and score the goals and do this? Or are you going to get a Shatty, and you get another guy who's a lefty, and you get another guy who's a lefty, they're making like $2 or $3 million a year, and you could substitute them? I don't know. Am I Doug Armstrong? No. Am I 6'4"? No. Do I have balding hair? Yeah. Do I have a sponsor? Yeah. So, we love you, Doug. I'm sorry. I gotta be funny sometimes.
We'll know soon enough what's going to happen with Petro, but I'm just wondering, do we just, after it's all said and done, are we going to sit here and say, man, what, the writing was on the wall? Man. Why didn't we just look at it?
There's no writing on the fucking wall.
They signed Justin Falk.
Okay, there you go.
Because they tried to sign Petro last summer.
There's no writing on the wall.
And I think it was that moment that the Blues said, okay, this is the way it's going to go. We're going to go out and get somebody else and protect ourselves. So we'll see how it plays out. Petro, man, he's going to be a good player. We all know that for the next.
Look, whatever happens, like we respect the decision, man.
No, I wouldn't. Listen, we all act like it's that easy of a decision to make.
Like Carlo,
and it's
sorry,
not.
Carlo.
Why
Carlo?
He's such a super fan.
I love you, Carlo Koyakvo. I love you. You are a sweetheart. Michael Landsberg, love you too. I go on there. You guys pay me money. I love it. Quit asking me questions about fucking Alex Pietrangelo. I have no idea. What are they going to say? I don't know. We don't know. Like, Doug's probably like, I'm going to give you this for this. Like, you want to build your zoo? You want to build whatever? Like, take it. Take other money. Like, I'll find somebody that makes $3 million. Mm-hmm. Like, I just don't know. Tell Carlos stop asking. Are they married?
I got to be honest, though, here. And I'm going to say this. They must. It's getting, it's just kind of
weird.
Like, I've never seen
it. Weird,
I love Carlo, but I've never seen a former player just tweet about another player as much as he does.
He's going to hate you so much after this.
He loves that.
He's going to hate me so much after this.
But can I just say this? And hear me out here. And I've got all the respect for Pietrangelo. I think he's a great player. I think he's been a great player for a long time. Obviously a high draft pick, Olympic gold medalist, everything. I've never put him in the same category as like a Chris Pronger or Al McInnes. I just never have.
Who has?
And everyone is, and it's probably true. Like if he stays here, he's going to have a statue.
He might.
He's going to. He's a Stanley Cup winner. He's a captain. If he stays, he's going to break historic all-time Blues records. Most games played. He'll break Bernie Federko's games played record, which obviously is huge. And Bernie Federko has held that for a long, long time. But, he's never been a Norris Trophy finalist. He's never been a Hart Trophy finalist. Pronger won a Hart Trophy. Both Pronger and McInnes won a Norris. They're all Stanley Cup winners, although Pronger didn't win one here. McInnes didn't win one here, but at the end of the day, they've won a Stanley Cup. McInnes was a Conn Smythe winner. McInnes was a Conn Smythe winner.
Do you put him in that category after 4 more years? 5 more years.
Petro just made his first All-Star team at like the age of 30.
Put him in that category.
So I don't put him in the same category as some of those legendary names that we're talking about. I think Petro's been a really good player for a long time, and this past season may have been the best I've ever seen him play offensively. He's always been able to defend at a high level, but again, he's been a top 5 guy in terms of Norris Trophy voting, but he's never found his way as a finalist in the top 3, and he just made his first All-Star team. He's a great player, there's no doubt. I just have a hard time putting him in the same category as some of these other guys, and that's not taking anything away from him, man.
I get it.
You hear what I'm saying?
No, you hate him. I get it. You hate Rams cheerleaders, don't you?
No. Do you disagree with what I'm saying?
No, I get it, man.
No, do you agree?
Andy,
do you agree?
Can I answer the fucking question? I will tell you this.
Stop thinking about your damn pork steaks that you're about to put on the barbecue pit.
North County fucking pork steak, baby.
Do you agree?
Budweiser and Moles.
Do you agree?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Yeah, I do. Ain't fun to lie.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said I ain't fun to lie.
Okay.
I agree. I do agree with that. I kind of brought that like
we got Scotty Niedermayer coming up right now. Like, I mean, he's a 4-time winner, Norris Trophy winner. What has he won, like a gold medal in like 6 different international competitions? He was.
You team up with your brother and
loved having him on. Though, dude. I hope people enjoyed that.
It's not that big of a deal.
That's a different interview.
He was such a good guy.
Than you normally get to hear with Scotty. I didn't even expect that from Scotty Niedermayer.
I know. I thought he was gonna be like, hi, I wear Birkenstock. That's it.
Probably doing it from like 14,000 feet.
14,000 feet, eating kale and shit.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Nothing wrong with that. All right, call Car Shield today. Get that protection. Make sure your car is taken care of. Do it the right way. Mention the promo code CAM. You'll even save some money, 10%.
Easy peasy.
800-857-2481. 800-857-2481. That's carshield.com. How about gadgetbuyback.com or gadgetlabmobile.com? You can check out either website. 877-772-8880. 877-772-8880. Check it out. You got a crack phone, you got a crack tablet, you're on crack, whatever it is, they will hook you up and take care of you. 877-772-8880. This goes out to all the business owners out there as well who are slowing down your business. Make sure they have the up-to-date phones, up-to-date tablets. They will buy back your old stuff and pay you premium dollar for it, too. So make sure you're taking care of your employees and doing it the right way. How about Bud Light Seltzer, man? Now with these new variety packs, they got new flavors we didn't even know about.
Listen to me. All y'all. I want to see your lake house. I want to see your barbecue pit. I want to see what you're cooking.
I want to see your barbecue. What kind of barbecue pit do you have?
I don't give a fuck what you got. If you got a little Weber, that's what I do, baby. I'll smoke the fuck out of it.
Do you use charcoal?
Yes.
Okay.
And sometimes lump charcoal, and I'll use hickory and cherry wood. I don't give a shit. I cook ribs. I cook brisket. I cook it all. I want to see you guys cook it. I want to have a picture with Bud Light Seltzer. Could be strawberry. Could be pineapple. I don't give a shit. I want to see it on your lake house. I want to see your boat. I want to see it all. Send this to us. Tag me. Tag Andy. AndyStrickland.com.
At Andy Strickland.
Okay. Not Strick Nasty.
What's your favorite? Well, no, that's my Instagram.
Well, that's what
I'm trying to pump that up. I put a picture of the wife.
You need to pump that up because your Instagram's like struggling.
I put a picture up of the wife over
You need to start picking
over the weekend.
No, your wife is going to get your likes. Yeah, I liked it 3 times.
Did you?
Yes.
Is that what you're talking about? I need to start putting up there?
Yeah, like you need to start like pimping your wife up.
I felt guilty about going
Your wife's a lot hotter than you, man.
I went to a wedding. Your wife's hotter than you.
No shit. That's what
that's the way it works.
No shit.
You act like it's unusual.
No. Well, take it. Well, it's you. You got to take advantage of it. Fuck, I don't have to. Well,
I went to a wedding over the week. I feel like guilty for going to a wedding. I didn't know if I should even mention it.
Why?
People are like, "Oh my god, you were around people."
Whatever with that, dude.
Dude, you stay. It's outside. You social distance and you wear a mask.
Yeah, wear a mask. Don't
fine.
Don't spit on people.
You don't want me to live my
psycho.
life.
You spitting on people?
It was like the who's who of hockey people in St. Louis too. Except you weren't there. You weren't invited.
Because I didn't want to go. I sat around drinking mimosas all night with my wife.
At Bud Light, they'll deliver it to your door, so check out Bud Light Seltzer. What's your favorite flavor?
I like the mango. I like the pineapple. I like the strawberry. Fuck. When I bring up my mimosas, I told you I drink a mimosa and I dump some pineapple seltzer
you mix
in
them together.
Yeah,
that's the
good,
way you gotta
dude.
do it.
Yeah,
mix them together. Create your own.
Yeah, I put some apple juice, or no, I'm sorry, orange juice and some nice champagne. I put a little pineapple seltzer in there, and it was fucking really good.
Yeah.
I made some, like,
that sounds great.
Eggs Benedict.
Sounds wonderful. Oh, Eggs Benedict.
I did.
You don't know how to make that.
Yes, I do. I'll tell you right now how to do it. No, you have to boil your eggs in different way. You boil water, and you put an egg in there, and you drop it, and you have to spin it around so it gets right. Then you take it back off. I make my own little sauce for it. I do
What's the
Canadian
sauce?
bacon. Now, listen to me. I make Canadian bacon, and then I make regular bacon. I put the sauce on both of them. I put a little avocado on that motherfucker. I put it on a little hash brown thingy, and and I make my egg.
What hash brown
Shut
thingy?
up! And I spin the egg around in the hot boiled water, and I put it off, and it's a fucking egg Benedict. That's what it is.
What's the sauce?
I put I put a little mayo. I put a little hot sauce. I put some other thing, and then I put lemon juice.
Is it hollandaise sauce?
Yes, hollandaise sauce. I make my own hollandaise sauce. Damn it! Hey, what's
Hollandaise
wrong with
sauce.
you? Whatever it's called, I make it all. I put lemon juice in that bad boy, and I spread it on.
Yeah.
And then Kate's like, "God, Cam, you're not one-dimensional. You're not just good at podcasts. You're not just good at your own radio show. You're good at a lot of things, Cam. I love you. Let me make love to you." And that's what I did.
I just made my Instagram, by the way, at Strick Nasty. And it's not private anymore.
A lot of people are going to follow
It's at Real Strick Nasty. Is that what it is?
Start posting pictures of your sexy ass wife. Otherwise, you ain't getting shit for likes. That's what I do. Post picture of your wife. That's what people care about. They don't care about you. They care about your wife.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Write it down, homeboy.
Have I told you about my toe drag?
Oh, Jesus.
Dude, I've been toe dragging like in the driveway with the rollerblades on and going around the street and just toe dragging through like around rocks.
Yeah, I saw that.
With the dog's trying to get the puck from me, kind of going through the legs and
Is this hockeytraining.com?
Yeah, this is hockeytraining.com.
Dude, you need
okay.
Hey, look, toe dragging motherfuckers. How about you toe drag the puck and then get out of the fucking zone? Can you do that? Can you take it off the wall, pick it up, separate yourself from the guy coming down the wall, and you probably the defenseman, and it's get it off the wall and toe drag it and then flip it up so I can go get it for a breakaway? Can you do that?
Oh yeah.
Or are you just gonna toe drag everybody in the
and
fucking
you know what else I
offensive
can
zone
do because of hockeytraining.com? You know what the most important thing is, honestly, for all these kids out there? When everyone's tired in the third period, guess who isn't? Guess who's not tired?
Hockey training?
Yeah, people who are training properly and doing it the right way, who are in shape and can last throughout the course of a hockey game, man. You know how important that is,
100%. Or just being that guy that's confident walking in the room. I mean, seriously, if you're that guy and everybody's okay, what's Cam talking about here? What's Cam? Walk in the locker room, guys. Walk in the locker room. Walk right in and be, hey, everybody, see who says hi to you. If it's
so what's the key?
Listen to me. If 3 guys say, hey, dude, what's going on? That means you're bringing beer in the night before. That doesn't mean you're getting a fucking puck out of the zone. That means the guys are oh, this fucking guy, give him a gray. What does gray mean? That means that's intermediate to where you get on the ice and they have to pick and choose what fucking team you're on because you're that bad. Don't be that guy. Don't be Andy. Don't. Dude, have people like you.
How much have I improved?
Don't be Andy. Have people like you.
Dude. I've been using this shit, and you keep saying it. Now you're trying to retract.
No, you're going to
because it works, dude.
I always say this to everybody. I'm going to say it one more time. We got to get out of here. Andy's giving me a look. Take the puck behind the net. You guys are in the men's league. Take the puck behind the net after a goal. If you want hockey training to help you, your first 3 steps, your confidence when you're looking up, meaning your stick handling when you're not looking. In your garage, you can stick handle and you just look up at something like a screen and you just stick handle. So you could look at your people coming at you. I want Andy to take the puck after a goal, take it behind the net, and start skating up with it. Then we all loop around and we gain our speed. Andy's got to mix and match the first guy. He's got to dipsy doodle the second guy. He's got to either kick at the left side, which is a backhand sauce, or the right side, which is a forehand sauce. Either way, it's a tough play to make. When Andy does that, hockey training is going to get his. They're helping him out big time. Andy, he was struggling off the bat.
Okay.
Now you're doing okay.
Listen, NHL players, they train during the season for a reason.
They do,
right? There's a reason why they do that. So the off season, people think it's all about off season. That's a third of your training right there is probably during the off season. So you better make sure you're training during the season. You can do that easily and get a big edge. Yeah, and get a big edge over the competition, especially with some of the stuff going on. You're forced to stay home for a few weeks, whatever. You got to make sure you got the right people.
Don't spend the money on a gym. You don't have to, Andy.
Yes, that are making you better. Hockeytraining.com. Be sure to check that out. And Kevin and the crew is there to help you out over there at hockeytraining.com. Also, Bellman.com. You're looking for a new car, used car, whatever it is. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. What's on the other side?
Buick, GMC, Cadillac.
Good.
Sit the fuck down, all y'all.
Cadillac,
sit the fuck down.
Buick.
I have a memory.
GMC. You looking for an Escalade like me or a 2-door Jeep with small wheels like Cam? Soft top, baby. With a little sun bumper sticker in the back window.
No, a coexist bumper sticker. That's what I want.
You could get that too.
Coexist.
Check those out with Bellman.com. Their website's easy to navigate and find your way around there, by the way. Incredible customer service. Dan Bellman, dude, his team, they're unbelievable.
Hockey people.
Second to none. Hockey people. Yeah. Treat you the right way. BEHLMANN.com. Be sure to check that out and get your new ride in time for the fall. That nasty weather's around the corner, too. So make sure you're taken care of. Lots of four-wheel drive. Lots of four-wheel drive options for you on both sides of the street.
I want that weather.
Both sides of the street in Troy, Missouri. All right, how about Cope 24?
Oh, girl, what's up? Oh, girl, what's up? What's up? What's up? Is she
Renee?
Wait, is she Mother Teresa?
Oh, we have our photo shoot coming up.
Is she Mother Teresa? Is it Teresa or Teresa? It doesn't matter.
Is it Theodore or Theodore?
She's the best of the best.
Oh, we love you, Renee. Cope24.com. Be sure to check that all the great stuff that they're doing to impact people all over the country. All right, this has been episode number 72 with Scotty Niedermayer.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Cam and Strick Pod, and be sure to subscribe.
And Facebook. And
be sure to subscribe to the Cam and Strick Podcast.